What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Creating Character Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about whatever the hell we want. And sometimes it's popcorn, sometimes it's controversial. Every single time it's interesting. It's a cross-section of two interests. Podcasting and wrestling, right?
Those are the interests?
Those are the interests.
It's a podcast about a podcast?
It kind of is a podcast about podcasting in some ways. It's a wild show, and I'm always here, your host, James Willems, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Scorpio Sky.
That's right. And as you know, we're sitting right next to each other. You've already heard him. You've probably seen him. Normally, he's in the box. Today, he's in the house. Our producer, Eric Baudour.
Hey, guys, what's up? What's up? It's Eric Baudour in the house.
Eric, I want to make something clear to our audience. Eric is not a guest on the show.
That's
Despite
true.
the way we've set up the seats,
He's
not a guest.
I'm producing from this
He's
seat.
producing from here.
Yeah.
I also want to kick off this podcast. Eric, very critical of the way I do intros for this show.
Well, I don't know that
beloved intros.
I don't know that I'm critical. They're beloved?
Beloved.
The
Well, I
side
don't
people
know.
don't get to see.
This is, I don't know that I'm critical about.
So I want to start this episode giving you a shot to do an intro into the camera. Do a better intro for the Creating Character Podcast.
do you want me to go into the wide or do you want me to go into mine?
Into this
Go into your camera.
Right down the lens.
This is fun.
Right down the barrel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Creating Character Podcast, the intersection between podcasting about podcasts and wrestling for wrestlers. Guys, I'm Eric Baudour, your host, and I'm joined today with two very special guests, two professional wrestlers and two professional podcasters. It's James Willems, Scorpio Sky. Fellas, how you doing today? That's how you fucking do it, you
That was
dunce.
really good.
It's really good.
That was
damn.
really
It's
really
good.
good.
Been doing
Holy
this for
cow.
20 years.
I'm embarrassed.
It's like if you asked him to get in there and be like, dude, yeah, you're really critical about the way I do a Russian leg sweep. Like, what?
I have a really nice Russian leg
That's
sweep.
what I'm saying.
nice.
I got a really nice intro.
I do it the Brad
it's not that
Armstrong
hard.
style.
Oh, where it's that all the way
roll
through and you roll?
Yeah.
You ever do that into like a cover? You ever just go
I think
boom,
Brad
right into it?
Armstrong used to, but I haven't. But I should.
Remember when Brad Armstrong was in the No Limit Soldiers?
Yes.
That was cool.
Can we talk about WCW?
Yes!
There's no time.
Yes!
It's supposed to be a Halloween episode.
Let's do it!
Yeah, wait, this was not planned.
Yeah.
But man, anytime I get an opportunity to talk WCW, I'm with it.
Make him say,
the No Limit Soldiers.
Let's do it. Nah. Brad Armstrong, they didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know what to do with Bullet Brad Armstrong.
You could say that about every single WCW gimmick. They didn't know what to do with
Prince Iakea, the artist formerly known as Prince Iakea.
Swole.
Yeah, dude.
Swole
Dude,
was a
crazy.
guy inside the No Limit Soldiers.
That's absolutely right. And so they had it. Dude, I was talking to someone about this the other day. I watched a ton of wrestling as a kid, and it would be like Nitro for the first hour, then Raw, but I would tape the rest of Nitro and watch that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I think, was Thunder. Then they would have SmackDown on Thursday when SmackDown was Thursday or whatever. And then you'd have to wait until Saturday where you'd get Velocity or Jacked or Metal or Saturday night, WCW Saturday night, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had Heat on Sunday.
It was also worldwide.
Yes. And so I would watch, dude, Barry Darsow versus whatever jobber they would put out there. And he would be the Blacktop Bully.
Yes.
Or what, Mr. Hole in One or whatever. He had like that golf gimmick.
I don't remember that
Dude,
one.
that was the best. Those WCW gimmicks.
Best?
Oh,
They were great.
those are the guys.
My favorite, I think, is Hacksaw Jim Duggan when he was the janitor.
Dude.
I loved that.
Dude,
It just fit.
why not?
But I guess my thing is he transitioned from a gimmick of what?
Yep.
Maybe
Oh.
like strong dumb guy with a stick.
Yeah.
Janitor seems
With a
like
stick.
janitor seems like
he just put a thing at the end of the stick and it's a mop.
yeah. I would say you wanna say that what a downgrade from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I go, but I'm not sure what he was before.
Yeah.
But he was the first person to knock Yokozuna off his feet.
That's right. Listen,
That is true.
Pretty
That is
impressive.
true. Didn't he find the television title in the trash?
He found a title in the trash and they went, I don't care, you can just have it. And he went, oh,
and so he was the television champion after that.
and that was maybe my favorite belt when I was a kid.
That was a cool belt.
That and the cruiserweight. I mean, the cruiserweight title was a whole different thing or whatever, just because of how good it was. Like the peak of cruiserweight was so high.
Yeah.
Until later, the depths that the cruiserweight division became in WCW, like at the end or whatever. But like that belt and the television title were awesome. I'm going to confess, I don't like any tag titles, I think, in the history of professional wrestling. There have never been tag titles that I've seen and I've gone like, that's great. I like the AEW look for their tag titles, but like but I only like that because it's so different from what everyone else does, and there's no good tag titles.
Didn't ECW have kind of cool tag titles?
Yeah, but they were
one point?
really small. All of the ECW titles were like, what if a little baby had a title?
The same amount of metal spread across two men's waists.
That's right. That's right.
No good tag titles anywhere.
NXT had some interesting ones where half was black and the half was gold, and then the other title, it was reversed where the black and the gold was. That was cool, but it wasn't good. It was just neat.
I feel like growing up, everyone was like a big fan of the television title and the Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental.
The Oval IC title is maybe my favorite title of all time.
Yes, the one they brought back with like Cody at one point.
Well, they the white strap stuff that they did was like so cool, and everything about the world title, Winged Eagle, I think is like so.
That's the one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Wow, what a belt.
That's the number one for me.
And then they changed it to like that undisputed one with all like the black and everything. Just didn't like it. Big Gold from WCW.
That's number two. For me.
Gorgeous. That is a
Big
world
Gold is number
championship.
2, rivaling number 1.
Yeah.
But then there was, before they had the undisputed title, they had that like circular one, the one that Austin had. And that one I wasn't a big fan of it. I actually really disliked it at the time. I like it more now.
Yeah.
But I actually really liked the undisputed title, the one that Brock had.
See, I wasn't a big fan of it. It had like a thinness to it that just didn't, when they put on Big Gold, it looked like
huge. Well, and the undisputed title at first was really small.
It was very
when
small.
Triple H had it and then Taker.
Yeah.
I think it was probably right before Brock got it when they changed it to huge. And once they made it bigger, I liked it.
Yeah, it had more to look at.
My issue mostly was I didn't know what it meant. I don't understand. This person's the champion, but this person's the undisputed champion.
Right.
So what does that mean? They are disputed.
They're disputed.
That's disputed, but what does that mean?
It's disputable.
But it's the same thing now. When you have 2 world titles, which one's the
I don't
world
like it.
title? And one's treated like a world title, and the other one's treated.
What do they call them?
The WWE
I think
and the
it's like
World
the WWE.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, it's World Heavyweight Championship, and then like the WWE Championship.
Gotcha.
I think that's what it is. AEW just one title.
Yeah.
And then you have like
It's
But
funny
then there's
because
also we have also the what is there, like a universal title?
there's like an international title
Yeah.
and the TNT Championship. What's the C2 belt or whatever for like
I should know this stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
why don't you go win some? What are you doing?
They combined two.
Yeah, 'cause they
Didn't
combined
Okada-
two.
Yeah.
Okada
What do they call-
won
yeah.
both the international and the
Universal, wasn't it?
No, was it like the
No.
C2?
Was it not universal?
Was it
Continental.
the Continental?
Continental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It was
universal or
Continental
international?
Classic.
That's
he won
right.
that, and then he
Yeah.
also had the international, which they originally had on like Pac.
Yeah.
which was like kind of like almost like the Euro title.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then eventually he got them both, and they combined them, which I think is a great decision.
Is
Yeah,
it called the International Continental now or something? What is it called though?
I
Would
think
that be the Intercontinental?
no, don't call it that. Don't call it that. Undisputed.
The Continental?
I don't know.
I think it's just international. I think at this point it's just the international title.
How do you feel about like the alternate design wing it, like in Japan, New Japan or whatever, IWGP, where it's like the belt is like wings.
It goes like their IWGP title looks like it's coming at you from a Sega Saturn. It's like it's going and it's like walking out of like the TV screen. It's a lot. It's
hilarious.
a lot.
I love it.
What is the best belt you ever won?
Ooh.
I mean, I know that you have Genie. You got your Lakers title. I get that. But what do you think, like one that you won that meant a lot to you when you did it?
Oh. It's tough because, like, and I've talked about this on the show before. It always takes me time to realize, like, that something, you know what I mean? Like, it takes me a moment for things to click of, like, oh, this means something, right? So it's really, really tough to, looks wise.
Yeah.
Because we're just talking about the way championships look. I think the TNT title is probably the best looking title I ever won. Even the one that's not mine.
Yeah, the
I think
black
it's
belt.
It's just a great looking
It's a great looking title.
Scapegoat.
It's just a great looking title.
The scapegoat title.
It's just a great looking title. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess you probably have to consider that one as my best championship win. But like the Ring of Honor ones were really cool.
Those
too.
were cool ones. Those were good. Those
I
were
liked
good.
those wins.
Yeah.
And specifically like the 6-man one that Frankie and Chris and I won.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool moment. And because it was kind of like, okay, like I've won a championship in a bigger company. And that was kind of important, especially at the time. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The TNT has got to be like
I think
the best one.
I think it's a great answer. You win anything yet or what?
Nope. I barely win matches. Okay. I'm just trying to get the dubs.
You're that's how you start.
I'm trying to
Everyone-
get the dubs.
Not everybody could start like Goldberg.
When's your next show? When do you have something coming up?
The 7th.
Oh,
I'm wrestling
November
on the
7th?
7th. Yeah,
November
I'm wrestling
7th.
a couple, like I think 3 times in November.
Oh,
Is that
wow.
in PW?
2 in MPW and then 1 potentially unannounced show that
No
I might
way.
be wrestling for.
Wow,
Okay,
look
I'll
at
keep you
you.
posted
The
on
return
that.
of PWG. And
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
and Daniel Garcia
I'm
for the
new
title?
Excalibur.
Yeah. Oh,
The new Excalibur.
I remember going to a PWG show in probably 2004, and Excalibur and Disco Machine had just turned heel. And it was me and 3 buddies in the front row. And we stood up and we turned our backs.
Wow.
They got so
He probably remembers that.
They got so fucking mad. They like grabbed somebody's water and like spit it at us, and it was like, oh, cool, that was fun.
2004, I probably would have been on that.
Oh
show.
yeah. Oh, I remember watching you wrestle in a mask.
Yeah, that was
You
2004 was a mask.
You and Quicksilver,
Yeah.
tag tight, like the tag guys
Yeah.
there, and then like losing the mask, and like I remember all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was actually just telling Scott that like his impact is still felt because I'll talk to guys backstage that will say like, oh yeah, I think Scott Lost is awesome. Or I was watching a Scott Lost highlight film
Yeah.
or something like that. I'm like, here we are 15 years after he retired.
Yep.
People are still
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
He was awesome, and he's still big, dude.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
in great shape still.
jacked. What the
Stage
hell?
I talked about that on the show before. He's just I always admire him. Out of all of the guys I've wrestled, I still consider him in the top 5.
Wow, really?
Yeah, of all the best wrestlers
Wow.
I've ever been in the ring with.
awesome.
He was so good.
Super influential and just really good at what he did.
Yeah.
And like that was PWG at that, everyone talks about like Reseda as like the PWG time or whatever, but for me it was that Jewish community center.
Sweatbox.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, everyone remembers PWG for Reseda.
But
Yeah.
but
I hated Reseda.
See, and I think it's because everyone remembers it for that because it was like, here's Chris Hero and we're doing like this big stuff or whatever.
yeah.
The stuff that I loved was Hook Bombery versus like Ronin in like the tag opener.
Dude, the Sweatbox is where it was at.
Dude,
The Sweatbox, the building was called the Sweatbox.
Okay,
It was just
I never went to
super
those.
hot.
That was pre me.
Super hot, just dripping sweat, but like that's where PWG like got
Went.
their identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reseda came later, but they got their identity in the Sweatbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like that was my era of going.
I haven't been to the Sweatbox, but the thing that I liked about Reseda was how it was like it was not an arena. It was not
Oh, yeah.
capable of housing
No.
that.
Yeah.
But it just barely did.
barely.
It
Yeah.
was just enough. So even on camera, when you would like go and watch the old tapes and stuff, when you were there, you're like packed in. But when you're there, you're like, oh, there's like a lot of people in like just enough room. Like they found just enough room.
Just the right amount, and you could buy beer by the pitcher,
Yeah.
and you would just get a
Oh, yeah,
pitcher
yeah,
of that
yeah.
beer and
it
drink
was just some old dude, some like old war vet who'd be like, another pitcher, here you go. Another pitcher, here
I had
you
a
go.
match
We're out of
once
beer.
Yep.
where I was wrestling Socre, and we were doing our thing, and there was a fan that had just bought a pitcher, and he's walking back to his seat, and Zocre runs at me, and I give him a bandera where you like throw the guy over
Yep.
the top rope. And his legs flew over and knocked the pitcher right out of his hand.
Oh no,
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Dude.
And then I did a dive on him right after, and it was like diving into a pool
just a
of
puddle.
beer. I was like, oh.
I took a non-true wrestling fan to a PWG show, and we got really good seats. We had like another friend who got there early, got in line. So we actually, number one, actually had seats.
Yeah.
But we're like really close, and they were like getting into it, and then at some point, I don't remember who it was, did a spot where they basically suicide dove over the buckle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Over the buckle, caught, and then kind of tumbled into and just eviscerated the chair that they were sitting in. and I was like, sometimes this happens. I guess you're standing the rest of the show.
Enjoy the rest of
Yeah.
the show. You can kneel if you like.
Yeah.
That was like that era of like Los Luchas and everything when you guys were all coming up.
Yeah.
I get that stuff on TikTok now. Crazy. I got a Zokray clip the other day.
Wow, he's still at it.
He's still going,
Yeah,
dude.
it's still good. I wrestled him like a year ago.
Incredible.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
still good.
Watch, it's really cool in that era when I was like a really big fan of like independent wrestling and like that sort of like 03 to like 2009, like really, really, really invested in it. YouTube was such a like, here is the top 100 moves of Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Number 100, right hand
Yeah, I
punch.
was saying the clothesline.
It was like that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see it have kind of like a comeback. There's like a resurgence of it on TikTok.
Interesting.
To watch like PWG clips from like Frankensons
Oh, yeah.
of like, here's Zokray up and out, like skinning the cat, and then Super Dragon standing on the turnbuckle or whatever. And you're like, oh, this is weird. Like, it's nuts to watch it like on my phone instead of 360p on like a real player or whatever when I had to download it illegally.
Yeah, you're onto Winamp.
Yeah.
You're like adjusting your equalizers.
Man, that was like, but that like really made it. And that like, you know, we're talking about WCW, like that kind of stuff or whatever. Those gimmicks and everything in WCW, I loved even more of that, like Top Gun Talwar in PWG, where he was just Hunter S. Thompson out.
So funny.
It was awesome.
He would come out with like the white powder
All
on his
over.
nose, over his
It
face.
started where it was just like the sunglasses and like the hat, and you're like, oh, he's kind of doing it. And then like the next show would be like a little bit more like a vest, and then the next one would be like some powder, and then the next one it's just like all
and
over.
then he would have a skin-colored singlet.
Dude, it was disgusting. It was so awesome.
It's so interesting because like there are so many wild gimmicks that made it to TV. Like I think a lot of people that started watching in the 2000s like got to know. I always say the tattooed and angry era.
Yes.
We're like, what's your
Great-
gimmick?
great
I'm
way to put it.
tattooed and I'm angry.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I have long hair. I
Yep.
might also be bald.
I have
Like,
I have two names.
Yeah.
I don't go by a cool name.
Yeah.
I go by my name. And it's
Yeah.
like that's boring.
and I know that was a reaction to this stuff.
Yes.
The shotgun blast, blunderbuss in the side of a barn to see what we can come up.
Absolutely.
The Doink the Clowns. But there's something great. I saw a clip recently where they were talking about Bret Hart, I think, was talking about Doink the Clown. And he was like, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was great. But Davey Boy Smith hated it. It's like, we were going to have this great match. And he's like, this guy can wrestle. You guys can have an amazing match. But Davey Boy Smith was like, I don't want to wrestle this.
Of course not.
I don't want to have a
This
great
is
match with a
stupid. Yeah,
clown.
this is stupid.
Yeah. It's fun. Pro wrestling to me is a lot of fun because you have a whole gamut. It's just people who ran away enjoying the circus, which is really exciting. But you have a whole gamut of people who are like, this is my livelihood and I take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And then other guys who go, I am the clown man.
Yeah.
and it is like, it's awesome to get
or
the whole
some people
spectrum.
are given like gimmicks.
Yeah, that's the other.
I always think like, and I have so much sympathy for guys that like work their entire lives to make it to WWF, right? And then they get there and they're told, you're gonna be a hockey player.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, it's not going to be your name.
Yeah.
We don't want you to be able to take it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
what do you-
gonna be the goon.
Yeah, what do you want me to be?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be the goon.
Do you speak French?
Yeah.
No?
It's
Well,
like,
what do you know?
oh,
Yep.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And it's crazy.
He's gonna puke.
And it's crazy how that's at every level of pro wrestling. Like when I'm at AAPW and it's a wrestling school, it's like we had these two guys who just had a mask versus mask match this last Saturday. They were in a tag team. It was Mr. USA and the American Eagle.
Love it.
And they turned on each other and it was a whole thing. And they won the tag titles and they had like this great run. And then they lost them. And then Mr. USA gave a pile driver and hospitalized the American Eagle. And they had a mask versus mask match. And then at the end, American Eagle wins and they unmask Mr. USA. And he goes, my name is like Duke Fairbanks and I'm from the rich part of town. And I'm like, oh, wow, we're just going all over the place with these gimmicks. This is fun. But that's like, you have to learn to do that stuff because everyone at this point, everyone can do a Russian leg sweep and dive to the outside and all like this other stuff.
Yeah.
You have to have, what do you
I've
bring?
done all kinds of stuff like outside of even like if I do like Lucha Vavoom.
Yeah.
I talked about that before. Like I've done crazy characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun as hell. My my aunt and uncle live out here in LA, and I was talking to them about, oh, I do this podcast and blah 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 whatever, and they're like,
That's
oh,
how you talk about this podcast.
yeah. I just went, it's fucking, it's
Don't listen
whatever.
to it, it's
yeah,
bad.
yeah, don't. Yeah. They were like, do you know about Lucha Vavoom? We went to that, and I'm like, really? And they were like, years ago they had gone to it, and they were like, we were so high and it was so much fun. And I'm like, yeah, hell
What's
yeah.
so funny too is when I first got into MMA, I went to this class. It was actually an MMA class. And we had finished, and I'm like sitting on the mats, and I'm just like changing and stuff. And I hear two of the instructors, and they're like, "Yeah, so like this is the show I was telling you about," and they're showing him on its phone.
Oh,
And I'm overhearing it, and I'm like, "Is that what I think it is?" And they're just like, "Yeah, it's called Lucha Vavoom." It's like, we have to go check this out. And I was like, I think I can get you guys into that.
methinks I can get you tickets.
They didn't know I was a wrestler.
Yeah.
So like. Yeah, I just met them and they were like, "What, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm on the show." And, and so I invited them out, and like I'm still friends with them to this day.
Oh wow!
And but it was just kind of funny how like Lucha Boom, especially then. Though this is like 2009,
probably
so
right
it
around
was
there.
super underground. But what I love about that show is, and this is not a knock to wrestling fans, but it's not a wrestling show. It's not a show for wrestling fans.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's just like an LA thing.
It's an event. It's a cultural event.
It's a cultural event in LA, and people in LA go to it and they just have a great time. It doesn't matter what moves you're doing.
Nope.
They're just like, "Oh my God." And they're just reacting to everything.
It's people who don't really know wrestling, but they go, "Oh, this is kind of like a hip spot."
Yep.
There's burlesque and there's all like this stuff. And then you do one big loud move and the crowd goes, "Oh!" And it's like, this might be easy.
It could be anything. It could be a hip toss.
Yep.
And they'll lose their minds like it was a Canadian destroyer.
Also because the way they set up the show generally is like, all right, who's wrestling tonight? It's El Pollo.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a man in a chicken costume, and he's going up against
Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, who's just a farmer, right? Like, and he wants to kill that chicken, you know, like.
And he poops his pants every match.
Right. It's easy. It's easy stuff that people can like get behind.
But it's fun, and it also, I always go, because I have friends who will go to Lucha Vavoom while they don't ever watch wrestling, but they'll go to that, like you're saying. And I go, yeah, that's why wrestling's awesome, because it's a medium.
Yes.
Like it's an art medium, and they've just decided to use that medium to do this because it works there, right?
Yeah. It's taking, there's a bunch of stuff in Austin. There's like a lot of different wrestling in Austin that I would take friends to who have never been to like a wrestling show, and then other ones that I would not take friends to if they've never been to a wrestling show. And the ones that I wouldn't take them to are like the actual like 3.5 hour, like this is for independent professional wrestling. Like we are going to do our moves. Like I wouldn't take friends to that, but I will take them to the crazy death match, no ring death match, crazy shows in a bar because that's a spectacle. And that's one where they go, dude, I've never seen anything like that. It's just a totally different. And then if they show interest of like, what other shows do you go to? That's when you start taking them to other stuff. And I think that's the barrier to entry of wrestling is people have, there's like a lot of preconceived notion about it. And I'm not going to make someone sit through a 3.5 hour wrestling show unless they're really into it. I'm really into it. And sometimes you go, boys.
I was going to say, I sometimes in my own shows, I'll look at the card and I'll go, that's a lot of matches.
Wow, everyone's getting 10 to 15 tonight, huh?
All right. I was going to say, and they'll go, just a heads up, we need to do 10 minutes, right? It's a large card, so let's do 10 minutes. And I'll be like, okay, thank God. And then you're sitting there after the first match, you're like, well, that one went 20. And I don't think they're going to take that other 10 out of someone else's. So that means we're going long.
Everybody's going for their WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely.
That's what I used to always say.
Dude.
Like, oh, these boys are going for their WrestleMania moment out there.
You want to stand out on a show now? Run an awesome 8-minute match.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone will remember the awesome 8-minute match. The 22-minute double down for the third time. Whew, boys, we gotta.
It's a triple down.
Wrap it up.
We gotta go home, boys. That's hard, but like it's a lost art. The 8-minute match is a really like lost art in pro wrestling right now.
I think it would be great actually if there was more of that. Reel it back in. I think there should be more even shorter than that. I'll never forget 1, 2, 3 Kid against Owen Hart at the 1994 4 King of the Ring?
The King of the Ring, yeah.
Where Owen won the
Yep.
King of the Ring. That match was like 3 or 4 minutes.
And it is spectacular.
It's so good.
Yep.
So good.
Yep.
That's the match we should. We talked about watching a match. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah,
one. We
yeah.
should
Forgot
watch
about doing that.
We got to do that.
But maybe that's the match.
Yeah,
we do.
that's a really
We're
good
gonna say
idea.
something.
I was just gonna say the only problem is you need to be really good. You need to be really. It seems like you wouldn't need to be as good to have an amazing 3-minute match.
gotta
But you
be.
need to be like. You need to be able to have a pretty good 45-minute match.
Yeah.
To have an excellent 3-minute match.
Yep.
You know, like
You got to hit your points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to get in and get out.
convey it incredibly well at exactly the moments you
Yep.
need to, and then get out.
I was talking to a couple wrestlers about this recently, and it's because everyone the conversation always comes up about how people are really critical of wrestling.
Of
these
course,
days
yeah.
and that sort of thing. And I think part of the reason of it is there's just so much.
Oh,
wrestling.
God, yeah.
And every wrestling show has so much wrestling on it. If you think back to when we were kids, where like a Saturday night, you might have to wait up until 1 a.m.
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
Shotgun Saturday Night or AWF wrestling. And
Dude.
if you fell asleep, you were pissed.
Yeah, you missed it.
Or you wait all week to watch Superstars on Saturday and it's preempted by a baseball game and you're furious. I was talking to D'Lo about this.
Really?
He was just like, I don't remember what team it was. He was like, I still to this day hate this baseball team because whenever I was a kid and they preempted wrestling, I'd be so bad because you waited all week.
Yeah.
If you didn't have cable,
Yep.
you got maybe 1 or 2 shows a week.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like 1-hour shows. And so if you didn't get that show, you were furious. I would have never even thought to criticize wrestling back then because I was so happy to be able to have it to watch.
Have it.
It could have
at
been worse.
all.
It'd be awful.
I loved Glacier.
Oh,
I was
God.
happy to watch any of it.
I actually genuinely loved Glacier.
Really, I'm like, oh, Glacier's coming out.
Yeah, Glacier's
Yes, it's time for professional wrestling.
Yes.
Like, that's all it had to be, man.
So I think we need to just reel it in a little bit.
Reel it in. It's a lot.
Reel it in.
There's a
I
lot.
actually think we should go to seasons.
You know, that has always been a conversation, especially like online.
Yeah.
There's always been conversation of like, should wrestling have an off season? And I think I think a lot of the conversation was always people's health, right? Like you have these guys, you have like your main players and like they're over, but then you don't have them on because they're injured or they have like time off. And then you have the people that you're trying to get up to like this position, but they're not quite there. And it feels like the show suffers. Well, it's like, why not be off for X amount of weeks to have that?
The way I would do it is this. I would run a season, like example, let's just say from September until May. That's the season. It's on television every week. The stories, yada, yada, yada. From June until August, it's only live events.
Oh,
So
wow.
It's still every week, but you have to go to the live event if you want to watch it. So the guys are still getting their reps in. They're wrestling every week. It's exactly the way it is right now, but 3 months out of the year is it's not on television.
Very interesting.
And during those 3 months, you can rehearse a lot of different things.
And that's definitely a thing that's missing, I think, largely from everyone, is that there's no like house show loop that anyone is doing where if you know you have a pay-per-view match or whatever, you can't rehearse that.
Yeah, you can rehearse it. Yeah, you can rehearse it.
There's no
You
place
want
to do that
Hangman
anymore.
against Max Caster? They can wrestle in every city for 3 months.
And then
so then when you run that match,
and
it's phenomenal. And then also just in terms of thinking it for the TV audience, I know we got to get out of here soon. I'm looking at time, but
He did
for
it.
the TV audience, I did it. Imagine when September or whatever it comes around, like the season premiere, how excited they are for wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we have it. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess obviously in this modern day, if let's say AEW did it that way, they'd still have WWE, right?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be starved for wrestling. But they would miss seeing Orange Cassidy.
the certain guys, yeah,
certain
absolutely.
guys and our guys.
Weirdly, it feels like that kind of already exists, but on an individual level,
Yeah.
right? Like
Definitely.
Orange Cassidy.
I had a really long off season.
Well, yeah, I mean,
very long
but then
off
you
season.
come back and then people lose their minds, right? And like similar with Orange Cassidy, some people like do rotate out. I think about like Jamie Hayter's, like these people, they rotate out and people are like, when are they coming back? When are they coming back? And they're losing their minds for it. The problem is, I think there's just not enough maybe there's not enough wrestling for that to be because we're already in a situation where AEW goes, hey, we should do a show on this Saturday night. And then WWE goes, oh yeah? There's counter programming.
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
There's so much, there's only so much wrestling that there's still room enough in the cracks for one company to be like, I want all of it, right?
Yeah.
So I think if anyone pulled back, and then to your point about the house shows, that's great. 1,000 videos. Everyone's posting Instagram clips.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
And they're
I
like,
think
there's
that's
this
okay,
spot.
though.
They're probably working on this spot.
I agree.
I think that's okay.
Because that's catering to a very, like, as much as it's online noise or whatever, there's a very, very, very small percent of that audience who's tuning in for like this stuff. And I think it also gets people talking. There's always chatter or whatever, and when you see clips, or it's that thing of like Undertaker on like a house show in Germany or whatever, he's like pouring water on his head and like running back and forth for like the hot tag and everything, and it's like, well, yeah, you don't get to see that on TV, but like that clip just keeps circulating. It's always funny. It's always interesting to see.
But it doesn't ruin anything.
Exactly.
It's okay.
It doesn't ruin anything.
It's okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think everyone should just work together personally.
Oh, I think it would be fantastic.
You mean like in the world?
Yeah.
Globally.
Well, I mean, in
fans would be
wrestling,
nice.
in general, like wrestling should be more like the NBA or the NFL
Yeah.
or things of that nature. Like if AEW has a guy that they don't really have anything for, and WWE has another guy that let's do a trade.
Yep, make something happen.
Hey, let's send you, hey, go take like the old territory days. They'd send guys around, like, hey, I don't need this guy for the next 6 months. You want him? Who do you got?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
send
What?
me
Yeah,
this
you want to?
guy.
Hey, send this guy down to our territory. We got a white meat baby face that'll do well up there, and like
Boom.
that kind of thing. And that's the
Why
way that
not?
worked. Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah,
I understand that there's generations of walls that would need to come down for that to happen, but I think it could happen. I don't
agree.
understand why it
You
wouldn't.
need wrestlers union for that to happen.
Yeah.
You need somebody who's
Oh.
going to have to protect the talent.
Not
Just
if I
situations,
have
'cause
anything to say about it.
yeah,
I'm
once-
stomping it out.
Brother.
Once you start
That
trading
don't work
talent
with
like
me,
that, and it's entirely up to the promoter.
Yeah,
How you gonna trade anyone when I'm on the top?
brother.
I heard some news.
to keep this timely, it is Halloween time.
I have a Halloween thing. I was
serious
going to
timing.
say.
You have a Halloween
I was
thing?
going to throw out a Halloween game.
Let's do it.
I know you had a lyrics game, but no one wants to
we'll
play
do
that.
that
Play
on
the
the
lyrics
next
game next week.
episode.
By the way, surprise, he's coming back next
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
I was going to ask a wrestling themed Halloween costume.
Ooh.
No price limit. You can do whatever you want. It can be a wrestler. It can be you could be dressed as Madison Square Garden. I don't care. Or like, what if you could do anything for Halloween? Dress up Halloween themed costume. What would it be? You want me to go first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Van Vader with the smoke.
That is
the
cool.
Smoke
Oh,
helm.
with the big.
That is-
Oh,
The smoke
yeah.
helm, and then I would, of course, take it off at some point during the party, and I would have his mask on underneath. I'd have the whole suspenders and everything.
Would you do
singlet.
the thing where he's like and then smoke's coming out?
coming
You're like,
out.
yeah, it's awesome.
That would be for sure my thing.
Man, that's a really good
That's
one.
a good one.
Sorry, I took the best
I
one.
might go with like as like D'Lo Brown with the chest protector.
Oh yeah,
It's walking around.
you're talking about the real deal
Yeah,
now,
dude.
I loved that with a chest protector.
yeah.
That was like my number one most biggest heel in wrestling to me was D'Lo Brown. I just go, take that chest protector off. That's not helping you. Like it made me so mad
because he tore his pec.
He tore his pec, and then he wore this chest protector. And I remember my friend's older brother going like, "What is he? God, it's just says like Rawlings on it. What is this?" And I'm like, "No, it's worse. He's hurting people with
Has
it."
it been long enough to where I can steal that and bring it back?
You should.
If you started doing that,
Or pay homage.
God,
Yeah,
that would.
you should
Oh
pay
yeah, yeah.
homage
Oh, just say
to
that.
D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
You
We'll
should,
just pay
you
homage.
should in your next match be like, oh, something's wrong with
This
my
sucks
chest
a
or
little
whatever,
bit.
Yeah.
right? Get makeup.
I've
to
ate a
just-
little bit too
If
much.
you
Yeah,
if you come out with the chest protector, oh hell
Paying
yeah.
homage
yeah.
to D'Lo Brown.
I don't
that's
know
great.
why, but when I was a kid, my friend and I who watched wrestling together, the Nation of Domination, we were like, these guys, we like these guys.
Uh-huh.
We were into it. Like as soon as they started, and I was like, it's Rocky Maivia. I was like, I mean, I hate that hair, but he's doing something. Something's happening.
Yep. He's figuring it out.
And my buddy was like, I'm a D'Lo guy.
Yeah.
And this is before the chest. It's like when it felt like they were like, here's a bunch of guys that aren't getting over,
Yeah.
so let's put them with Farouk.
Singlet.
And then, like,
black
he'll
singlet with the color stripe.
we'll
the
hopefully
Yeah.
figure something out
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
And then D'Lo tore his pec, and then The Rock became The Rock.
Yep.
and they both started like rising up, and we were like, hell yeah, we picked the right ones.
Yep. Yeah.
By the way, Farouk, that'd be another good costume, but the original one where he had like that helmet.
The helmet
Oh,
where he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
gladiator
What was
look.
that? Yeah, it was like a gladiator.
Yeah.
That'd
was
be a good one.
That was bringing him in and going, we'll show him a thing or two. And then maybe the best gimmick from the 90s was the APA.
Yeah.
When they would play cards and smoke
Yeah.
cigars and then make you use the door.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So
that
good.
was awesome. I think if I could be anything for Halloween, I would be a ladder with the championship belt hung above
That's
me.
really good.
And then people would try to climb the ladder, but then I'd fall over
That's
because
really
you'd
good.
have
That's
somebody
really good.
come and push me over.
Yeah,
and I go,
wobbly.
"Oh!" Some people would have to climb me like so slow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So slow,
Yeah.
but then have the title like mistletoe style, like hanging up.
That's great.
That's
up
great.
above me.
Hey, if we have a show on Halloween or around Halloween,
This show.
we should dress as the Dudley Boys.
Which Dudley are you going to be?
Spike.
Yeah.
I was say we're both going to be Lil Spike.
You're both gonna be Spike, and I'm gonna be Teflon.
On that note,
Happy Halloween, everybody. If you want to get more of this podcast, you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure to follow us, subscribe, Creating Character Pod, YouTube, Instagram. Tell a friend about this podcast. Make us be your gateway into your what would you say, no ropes hardcore show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We
Let
want to
them
be
know.
that
Let them know.
for you and your friends.
Yeah.
And if you want to find more of me, you want to find out when I'm going to have some matches, you can find me on Instagram. Search for James Willems. I'll probably be the most wrestler like that pops up. I don't think there's any other wrestlers.
Is that how you put
have
yourself
that name.
over? I'm at James Willems on Instagram.
I
Most
always
wrestler
say,
like.
if you pull up a cardiologist, that's not me. The other one is me. Yeah, so
That's pretty good. Where people find you, Sky?
on TikTok, Scorpio Sky Official, and on Threads and Instagram, Scorpio Sky, the wrestler, also not the cardiologist.
yeah.
I'm Eric Baudour, but I am the cardiologist. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
see someone doing like brain surgery too, I'm also that dog walker.
Good
We'll do
wrestling
that.
gimmick.
Yeah.
Cardiologist.
Oh, dude, we
Heartthrob.
we-
They call him Heartthrob Eric
Heartthrob
Baudour,
with
and he
Eric
comes out
Baudour.
with a scalpel and like the thing.
Yeah.
We gotta talk. I got some gimmicks on a list on the next episode.
Yeah.
I might have to run down some gimmicks for you guys.
Proctologist.
I'd love
Yeah,
to hear
I might.
gimmicks.
What the? Come on, some of them are pretty good. I got one that I think we talked about before off mic that I really want to bring up. So
DeAndre the Giant.
that's it, DeAndre the Giant. I pitched it this week to a couple guys, but then I pitched Brutus the Black Barber Beefcake.
Yes.
You would not believe the pop that got from these guys. They
'Cause
were
you
like,
go catch
"Oh,
his fade."
dude." They're like, "Oh, you bring Clippers to the ring and everyone leaves like all squared up," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Like he beats you and then he like gives you a fresh line.
Yeah.
He's got like the spray, puts like a playing card against your head. He's got like the spray. Oh, it's so
All right,
good.
take us out.
That's it. That's the show. I mean, that's the show. Thanks
gotta
for watching.
save
Thanks for
some.
listening. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.